Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion, plays of Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. Plus, yesterday's daily was really fun. You were the Lost, you couldn't shoot your tears, you had familiars. We didn't do Boss Rush or Hush because it was not going to be plausible to succeed and survive. However, we got 39,886 points, came 91st, a ranking of 1.09 percentile. Not as amazing as I thought, but considering we didn't do the Hail Mary of the Hail Mary of doing Boss Rush and Hush, I can understand it. We also have another Lost Daily today, but that's okay. This is a Lost Daily. Whoops. Well, you didn't see that. That goes to the shoal floor, which means, in theory, it should go to the void floor, which means you probably want to leave before you fight Delirium, but we'll see. Normally I like to at least try to go for it, but we'll see how the world shakes out here. Yeah, definitely do not walk on the spikes. That's hurting for a score in there. What a gross way to phrase that. Anyway, I like the Lost. For some reason, I think I tend to perform better as the Lost than as the average character. If you're wondering why I haven't taken Mom's Wig yet, I'm like 50-50. Not on Mom's Wig as an item. I think it's a good item. Possibly even a great item, because it scales with your rate of fire, kind of like the Mulligan. So the more frequently you fire a tear, the more likely you are, or not the more likely you are, but the more spiders you will generate as a result of that. So I think if you can stack up tears, it's really nice. But also as the Lost, you kind of want to ball out of control if you want to do... Well, first off, if you want to be with me, baby, there's a price to pay. I'm a genie in the boss rush. You gotta rub me the right way. There's a better parody there. Give me a second. If you wanna pick up me... It's not really proper phrasing, but that it starts. If you wanna pick up me, baby, there's a price to pay. Polyphemus in the boss rush. Get to me by minute 20. It sorta works, you know? This is like, you know, you're watching Kanye West make a beat right now. I just sort of see it in my head. Anyway. I think I'm just gonna take it. It seems like a sensible approach to me to take Mom's Wig. Plus, it allows us to kill a little bit of the time that we've got with Are You a Wizard here? Making it to the boss rush by itself is like a decent challenge as the Lost. We really would be hoping for like a good poor Spider-Man. We'd really be hoping for a good deal with the devil on the next floor, but let's just hope that we live long enough to experience a deal with the devil on the next floor. And for those of you unaware, I am deliberately skipping Tinted Rocks. If we get Small Rock, that's actually extremely useful. However, I don't really want to speed downgrade yet. We could survive it, but I don't really want it. And I want to save bombs, because they could be like, I mean, first off, secret rooms. You know, they have a potentiality, especially on second secret rooms, to give us runes that could give us some value. But beyond that, you know, if we get in trouble against this boss, we might just want to drop a bomb down and save ourselves the trouble of having to deal with it. But now that we get a speed plus range upgrade, we can definitely absorb a speed downgrade without it being too much of a problem. As long as it's a productive speed downgrade, I can't be mad about it. So this is like the perfect sort of daily setup for me. What did I ask for in dailies? I hope this is Nicholas going like, be careful what you wish for. We watch your videos and be careful what you wish for, because like this is actually what I asked for specifically. Is, you know, less dailies where you have a decent amount of HP but no damage, and more dailies where, you know, if you want to make it challenging, just make you play as the Lost. Maybe, you know, I'm not taking credit for it. It's probably just coincidence. However, if you're mad about it, what can I say? Enjoy the Lost. He's the most dynamic player in sports entertainment right now. Another speed upgrade. Linger Bean is at least like okay. It's at least a passive. We could survive with an active right now. It doesn't even have to be that good, because we're looking to replace the D4 so we don't accidentally press the spacebar when we're like trying to skip the boss intro. Might as well pick it up. I think it doesn't give you points, like we saw on the last run that it doesn't give you points, but we might as well give it a shot. One bomb kind of has me interested in going to the boss fight immediately. We didn't fight a jerk on the last floor, like we didn't fight Little Horn. We didn't fight the haunt, so we might have like a genuine challenge. But we might as well now just, you know, give it the old college try here. Okay, that was very lucky to not be hit. So you take these guys out, it's really just, you know, maximizing our advantages. More bombs would be sweet. That's kind of what I asked for, but not specifically, and I hate you. So that's our secret room, probably. I'm just going to shoot these quickly. It probably won't be the difference maker between getting to boss rush and not getting to boss rush, and we might not be able to handle boss rush anyway. So a regular version of Little Horn with no fires, this is fine. And if it sounds like I'm talking a lot about Isaac and not talking a lot about, you know, random riffraff, you'd be right. But it's because of the fact that, you know, the run is a challenge right now. I also walked right into Little Horn. So I'm trying to get these spiders if possible. There we go. We did it. We did it. We did it. We got HP, which doesn't matter. No Krampus. No Krampus. We get the pentagram. Let's go find the regular secret room. This is not that good. Like, the pentagram doesn't save us from a death. Probably worth it. The pentagram doesn't save us from death or anything like that, but it does improve our damage and give us a better deal with the devil chance, so it's not bad. We're going to head down to the next floor, not even pick up the HP, because we don't need HP unless we come back to life as somebody else. So it might seem like the dailies have been, like, too on topic recently. We've been talking too much Isaac. You're saying NL. I don't need to know all this Isaac stuff. I know all about Isaac. I've been watching this game for 5 years. I know all there is to know, and you're right, but, you know, you watch basketball for 5 years. You watch football for 5 years, you know? What do the commentators say? You know, 3rd and 2, they'll probably go for a rushing play here, John. You know, you still gotta talk about the game. It's analysis, it's idle chit-chat. And especially with a run as this character, The Lost, it's very important. You got two purposes, like explain how the game's going, build a narrative, occasionally make up a song parody. We already knocked out the song parody right off the bat. Now if we see Polyphemus in boss rush, it's like the prophecy is foretold. I've already forgotten it. Was if you wanna pick up me. I'm just gonna pop the Empress right away, just to make our life easier. Baby, there's a price to pay. Polyphemus on the boss rush. You got to arrive minute 20. Okay, like it's slightly syllabically improper. Slightly syllabic, also my rap name. I'm a linguistic rapper. I've got extreme phonemes, but I look like a fur trapper. There's like a bad Flight of the Conchords analog in there somewhere, but okay. Stay alert and stay safe, like a Canadian after-school special PSA. I mean, do you want remote detonator here? It gives us 5 bombs, so we take it, but do we hold it? Seems like kind of a bit of a whiff, right? I'm not saying it's worse than the D4. I'm just saying we probably never use it to begin with, and then beyond that, the D4 is unlikely to ever be useful for us, but if it is ever useful for us, then it's going to be more useful than the remote detonator. Remote detonator is like, when you press the button, you get X. X is a known quantity. You get a bomb that explodes. D4 is like, when you press a button, you roll a 200-sided die. You could get anything out of that. Sure, you could get the worst roll of all time. You could roll a 1 out of 200. We've done that on probably more occasions than 1. You could roll a 200. We've probably done that on more occasions than 1 as well. I don't think we need this. I mean, like, I don't think this provides us with any value. We have enough bombs that I would look for a second secret room just to try to get a rune or something. So just be cool here. This is a tough room. Now it's not. The spiders are very helpful. Yera's not that good for us right now, but it's worth holding. We're not going down to the chest is the thing. Hagalaz is irrelevant. Ansus is largely irrelevant. Blank Rune was the Gauze, so it does nothing for us. And Perthrow, which also gave us another Blank Rune. So we might as well try to Perthrow this, even though this might not be Perthrow again. It was Perthrow. We get shot speed in a card. That's something. And the card is Temperance, which is irrelevant. So it's Hagalaz, Yera, or Onsus. And I mean, you go Yera. At least we can try to get a point boost out of it, but it's not really very meaningful at all. Probably. Could get lucky, I suppose. Got in here. Okay, golden chest. Tempting. Better, closer, warmer. I mean, we're doing actually very well, considering that we're not balling out of control. We're way ahead of schedule. We're way ahead of schedule, apparently, is like slightly more than a minute ahead of schedule. It's maybe being a little overly optimistic. And our stats are not that good, but they're okay, particularly our speed, which is important inherently in the dodging factor, so it helps if you can, like, shoot these enemies ever. The only reason I'm not going... It's a lot of key usage early, man. The only reason I'm not going to the curse room right now is because I'm a little scared about, you know, will we be able to get out of there? We don't have a get out of jail free card, so it can be a little scary. But I think we should do it. I got super mind flooded there. I don't know, do I want to fight bosses right now? We probably could take them, but I believe Catacombs 2 is like mega fatty. Just wanted to take out one easy one first to make my life a little simpler. Mega fatty Mega Maw, which can be like genuinely concerning, so. No telepills, please. Perks. So, you definitely do pop that. Because you've got the Holy Mantle Invincibility. Anybody who dies opening a Mimic, just trust me when I say that I feel your pain. You might not think that I feel your pain, but I feel your pain. How could NL, Isaac, Superstar, and the most electrifying man in sports entertainment feel my pain? Trust me, I've been there. I've been there recently. I built a home there. I talked to the real estate agent and I said, this is where I grew up. And she said, whatever, man, just give me a 15% down payment. And I said, in this economy, you're lucky you're getting anything at all. Speaking of anything at all, we got Shielded Tears, which is, with a 10 rate of fire, strikes me as being not amazing. But we'll just have to be that much more clever in our interactions on this run. We got plenty of money. You didn't give me a chance. Like, if the door had just opened more slowly, I would have been happier. But there was a well-greased hinge there on that door. I expected it to be like a creepy old haunted house, but instead it was like something straight out of HGTV. Either way. I was gonna say we had a lot of money, so that makes us prime for the greed fight, because now that we can actually buy something, of course, the shop is gonna be functionally not worth very much. Although Steam sale, if we end up wanting to go to the Hush fight, which will probably mean that I have picked up a Chaos card at some point, surely you can do worse. Red Heart, probable secret room. We got enough bombs to check for certain. You know, we want to rack up as many points as possible, as early as possible, because we might not live through this fight, so, or this whole run. So, you know, being able to get points wherever they're available in the early game seems fairly important for me, which is why I'm even hesitating to use bombs in a situation like this, even though it seems obvious that it's a right course of action, if not the right course of action. Still got 14 left. Still ahead of schedule, although slowing down a little bit. There we go, goat head. Dude, if you don't find the second secret room here, you could find yourself in trouble. That might have been a seam that we just found that opens things up for us. Now, we're lucky we're fighting the Hollow. Let's get 2 birds stoned at once there. One of them exploded. He gave us 2 Spirit Hearts. The Spirit Hearts give us 2 points each. What an investment. And then we get a range upgrade we don't care about. And 2 little brims. Well, why 2 little brims? That's a good question. Guess because I had a Yera rune, I thought 2 little brims made sense here. But no, we get 1 little brim. And we might as well take the nail. It allows us to crush rocks. And the D4's not doing jack for us. So we head down to the next floor. We gotta be careful for many reasons, but we know we also have Krampus available. Which is why that's like the principal reason for my concern right now. So we only get a 0.91 damage increase from popping the nail. It's still worth having, but it's like the world's worst Book of Belial. And surely, without any respawns, this doesn't give us a great ability to do boss rush. Because, like, we don't get the Spirit Heart out of it to begin with. So what's the game plan here? Like, honestly, a great pickup for us. Lazrags is takeable, but not functionally usable because Holy Mantle is so much better than coming back with 1 HP under normal circumstances. But if we can get, like, a Judas's Shadow pickup and productively invoke it, dude. First off, this is why you're watching this channel, right? Using turns of phrases like productively invoke. Ooh, for those of you who didn't get enough ambiguous verbosity in school, or from watching old Don King promos when he used to represent Mike Tyson, here you go. But a productive Judas's Shadow use could give us a leg up on the competition here, mostly because of the nail. So if we have like really good damage, you go into boss rush as well. That was no, I hate this. Just one guy. We've lived. Okay, that was, I mean, I almost mind flooded myself out of existence there. Kidney Stone. I hate it. Mostly I hate the way I don't hate it. Not even a little, not even at all. Mom's Box of Trinkets has given us the ability to unlock things. And you know what? I actually think that Mom's Box of Trinkets beats the pants off the nail right now. The nail giving us a 0.91 damage increase once every 6 rooms means nothing. Actually nothing. Being able to get a half-decent trinket, which we don't have yet, but being able to get a half-decent trinket at some point strikes me as being way, way, way more useful. Little Brim's doing amazing work, by the way, in case you're unaware how I feel about this item. 21 Sad Bombs means that for the next floor, we should be crushing it. No, none of these guys. I really thought that might have been the end there. Maggie's Faith is irrelevant, so we'll stick with what we got here. Still on pace, just gotta be careful. You know, we've probably gotten past the LD50 on this run. We need, that's a new stat, Europa. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, you're a busy person, I'm sure. But for my selfish reasons, I would love to see, like, the point at which 50% of the people had died on a run. Or at least, like, the point level where you've crossed over the median. Wow, we were 1 room away from the boss fight this whole time. We're so close to the fruition of I'm a Genie on your boss rush, which is actually Polyphemus on your boss rush. We're taking a lot more sloppy damage than usual. So this is easy. You wait for him to jump. That was not a... That was a jump. I actually need to wait for him to leap. That's what I mean to say. Then you dump a little Sad Bombs action on him. We're gonna have to go a little faster than I'd like to be forced to. But we're in it to win it here. Little Gish, of course. Not Krampus. Necronomicon. I mean, it's actually tempting, but our trinkets are not good enough yet. So we'll just say thank you for, like, the bookworm potentiality, and then we'll move on with our lives here. We shouldn't, you know, cry about it. I think we're fine with that. We shouldn't cry about it if we don't make it to boss rush. Like, when every daily you gotta do the same pattern. You know, that's not, first off, bad look. Secondly, dude, all the needless minor speed downgrades. But secondly, we're in our present state, we're not gonna do boss rush. This is not a boss rush worthy run right now. We should still try to make it because you might pick up, you know, Judas's Shadow on boss rush. It's a win-win. But certainly, as of right now, it's not It's not compulsory to have a great run. Although I will say, I looked at the leaderboards, and my guess is that there are at least a few people out there who managed to do boss rush, maybe Hush as well. And shielded tears probably helps out a lot with that, but, you know, Hush is more important because it gives us void floor access, but are you really gonna do the Delirium fight on this one? Spoonbender's good. Thinking, like, the only seam that... I mean, what's the point, right? The only seam that I might have not seen is using the blank rune that turned out to be Perthrow to get something even better than we got. If we could take both of these trinkets, it would be a dream come true, but we can't, so... Anyway, we don't care about smelting Callus here, which is a great name. But I will pay 7 cents to smelt a luck upgrade. And then keep rolling with Mom's Trinket. I recognize we're skipping these tinted rocks, which we probably shouldn't, but we're running out of time. Oh, no, never mind. First off, get a charge on this, but you do want Blank Card Yera from this point onwards. That's obvious. I don't know what you're going to do with it, except pick up unlimited of consumables that you barely have any use for, but we might as well take it. And then our other trinket is going to be Bloody Crown. So, as skeptical as you might have been, this ended up being completely worth it, which is kind of hilarious. That this incredibly roundabout plan has come through to fruition here. Why is Dark Princess Crown that good? It's item rooms on the womb, man. That might give us a play for being able to beat Hush. Because right now, I mean, let's just be honest. Boss Rush is not a likely situation. We still have to beat Mom, and we have to beat Mom quickly enough, which is looking decent. But you can always take 2 hits on a Mom fight. That did not hit me, but should have. I walked right into it. Kidney Stone. Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna... We have Curse of the Blind. We're gonna pick up the Polaroid. We're gonna blow up this and look for a teleport card. We don't see one. So we're gonna say goodbye Boss Rush, so we can fight probably Hush instead. Or, not Hush, sorry, so we can fight Krampus instead. It ended up not being Krampus. This gives us, like, 3 Spirit Hearts. It's just not worth... It might give us money right now, actually, and if it gives us money, we should take it. And we should actually blank card Yera it. Wait, we didn't have Curse of the Blind on this floor. That was the last floor. But my point still stands. We're not going to do Boss Rush on this run. And we never were. Hopefully. It's a little bit of a whiff. But what kind of... Wouldn't be an NL Isaac run if there wasn't a little bit of a whiff. And now our odds of getting to... our odds of getting to the Hush fight are much greater. We're still kind of looking for a Chaos card. But I would give up blank card Yera for Chaos in a heartbeat, dude. And if you're mad about the Boss Rush play, I do want to inform you. First off, you're entitled to be. I didn't really want to throw up a 21-minute daily after getting hit twice, though. Oh, that's the moneymaker right there. 3 damage increase. This is like our first sizable damage increase over the course of the entire game. Secondly, we would have died. There's like a 2% chance we would have lived. And I know if you're on that side of things, you're thinking, oh, there's a 2% chance, but if it had worked, it would have been sick. You're not wrong. Burns me up a little bit too. If it had worked, it would have been sick. But 49 times out of 50, kind of pulling the number out of my butt, obviously, but 49 times out of 50, we're getting nothing out of that. We're using blank card Yera improperly, of course, and should stop. Let's go peep the curse room. I'm ready. Algiz. Yes. Why is this valuable? This is valuable because it's a Zane enabler. As rich as that may sound. We lose blank card Yera, but if we're not getting consistent items from chests, basically, blank card Yera is, like, actually quite literally irrelevant, I think. This should just be money. Never mind. We'll just never get anything out of it. if we're able, especially if we can get like a third charge. Like this is 2 charges. This is Alges, a blank card, followed by Alges. We could probably beat the Hush with 0 risk if we had 3 Alges runes. This only gives us 2 right now, so that's not enough to necessarily pop off. But it's a start. I didn't mention, by the way, but to get a score in like the top 30, aka, you know, a leaderboard position today, I think you only need 44,000 or something. That's just gonna make our life a living hell. So we're not gonna... I'm not gonna say that we're necessarily guaranteed to be there. I mean, I'd consider that we played amazing on yesterday's daily by our standards, and we still finished, like, just barely inside of the top 100. And I'm not too disparaged by that, you know, there's really good group of people on these dailies. Hey, by the way, you have blank card Alges. Don't be afraid to use it, you idiot. That's very scary. Sister Viz, most important thing, just dust before they can get like 2 attacks off. We're gonna be fine. Okay, good work. Latchkey is luck, and keys to a lesser extent. Krampus? You knew it had to happen. I accidentally hit the Q key. I meant to hit W and I hit Q. What a world I have chosen to make for myself here. Either way, Lump of Coal's good. Of course we're going to go back for blank card Yara. That's like, it's worth an unbelievable amount of value at this point. Because I am a moron. There were scores in like the 50,000s today as well, which I just find incredible. Not suspicious. Just incredible. That's like... Obviously, your damage penalty is going to be 0, so it buys you a little bit of space, but dude, really? You did Hush Fight and Boss Rush, or like blank card Yara'd yourself into oblivion? That's incredible. We're relatively on pace here. Which is a little sad, considering that we skipped Boss Rush to make it happen, but... I got high hopes. And you know what? Lump of Coal... not Krampus's head, Lump of Coal, Cricket's head. It's been a good floor. As we head down to the next floor. Losing Alges sucks, but hey, Alges only matters if you get hit. So, let's just try not to. Alright.
I'm going.
Have fun. Love you too. You know, we can make... Okay, thanks, Kidney Stone. We can make good use of this. With blank card... Dice Shard. Well, we're going to lose Yara forever either way. So use Yara, and then use blank card Dice Shard. That didn't work out that well, obviously. What are we looking for out of this? Well, I mean, being able to reroll items is fairly important right now, admittedly. But at least we got something worth rerolling back there. Anyway, let's make it to Hush, just in case we want to make it to Hush. I may have made completely the wrong decisions with our consumables here, but mostly I'm salty that I left Alges behind by accidentally using it on Krampus. It wasn't even like I meant to use blank card and instead I used Alges. It was sincerely like just I fat fingered it. It was a typo. It was a video game typo. You don't see those that often. Unless you're playing like a first-person shooter online and somebody calls you like a homophobic slur. And then you go, hey, just so you know, I'm recording this for YouTube. And they go, oh, sorry, what? My brother took over the keyboard. He didn't say anything, did he? So we should be using Dice Shard. But I don't really want to walk back to use Dice Shard every time. So, kind of waiting for like a room... that drops a bunch of stuff. I mean, I guess the item room is the perfect opportunity. Oh, never mind. In a way, it's bad, but in a way, it's awesome. How can we oh, we smelted the trinket, so we can take another one. It's like, how can it still be possible we have pills we're not aware of at this point? What do you think the odds are that we become Guppy over the course of this single item room? Probably pretty low, huh? So we got 0.3 damage up out of the Black Feather because we have the Pentagram. We got one last deal with the Devil. Oh, let's go, let's go. You're an idiot. Why didn't you fight the boss first? I got mind flooded and excited. What's sad is that this is still, like, definitely the right play. Because we're going to get another item room out of it. But you could have done, you know, better than this. And you made exactly the same mistakes. Also, we need to go faster. But it was still the right play. That's what I want to stress here. This was the right play. You're not what you used to be. Bookworm? No, we're one away. So that's a reroll when we get one. We don't exactly know where to go. But we're strong enough that we can make it. What is strange run? Fun run? Strange run. No. Yes. Well, that deal with the devil being totally garbage just makes me feel, like, worse. Dude, another gulp, though. Can't take it. If it's bad trip, we just lose, so. Yeah, because our last deal with the devil, who knows? That might have carried us to victory, right? So that one being trash just hurts that much more. But don't throw your whole run away as a result. There's so much to live for here. So much to do, so much to see. We're going to go reroll Cursed Eye, even though I don't think it'll reroll into a... Never mind. It rerolled into a devil item. Which was actually extremely nice for us. We're at 11 damage now. Do you fight Cramp, or do you... One of these days, man, do you fight Hush? I don't know. Because here's the thing. We need to fight Hush to get to the Void Floor. We could just do this one straight to Shoal, but it seems like it's almost a little too easy at this point. We can deal with the speed upgrade. Nothing wrong with that. You know, what's the highest priority for us here? I think you go back and reroll Anarchist Cookbook into hopefully something good. We'll probably die against Hush. But I think I'd rather try and die against Hush. Because it's an indication that I'm going for something bigger than myself. And if I'm reading the writing on the wall, we're going to die against Delirium, regardless. So in a way, it should be freeing. If we know that we're going to die, the finger's decent enough to save a full charge. If we know that we're going to die, and it really is like 99% chance we'll die against Delirium, why not just make the Hush fight happen here? Try to make it work. You got shielded tears, you got decent damage. There is a non-zero chance. Sweet. I walked into the enemy that teleported right behind me. We've still lived. Life is good. This is bravery, folks. Not all heroes wear capes. I'm being facetious, of course. All heroes definitely wear capes. But we wanna... I want to prove that there's something more than myself on this. This is the dice shard room. Because, like, we could at least take hot bombs here and be okay with it. I think you crack into these. You could dice shard those. I mean, those are two not good items. But, I mean, it's 10 bombs. Oh, it works. It totally works. So you take restock. And now we don't have to worry about time at all. So just slow your roll. Shoot the fire just so you don't accidentally screw yourself. You take Champion Belt. You take Nightlight. You take everything you can get. Like, Stopwatch would be good. Can we dice shard here and then buy a battery? Well, if we have a battery charge, I think... Well, we can continuously buy battery charges, right? So let's start by dice sharding all of this. We don't really love those items. We don't love those items at all. So we dice shard again. And I don't really love those items. We got so much... It's so worth it to get the triple reroll here. I think you can take Concussive Tears. And you gotta rethink the other two. Grab this real quick. I don't really like Lil Gertie that much. Yeah, Booger Tears are well worth it, but it's close. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, what about these? Like, Hot bombs are not that good. This is good, by the way, because it's giving us a crack at... Oh, money equals power. Even though we're probably going to lose a lot of it. It's good because it gives us a crack at items that are not in the shop pool. And 3 cents... 2 of diamonds, please. Ace of diamonds. I don't know. We need dice shards still, but... We don't need the Fool card. Blow this guy up. Give me a bunch of pennies. Of course, I mean... We knew that's not how that was going to go, but... it's worth... the 3 cents to re-roll the item versus the 7 cents to buy a bad item to take it out. As long as we have a battery charge, which we no longer do. So we're going to spend a lot of damage to make this happen. But it's all with the express purpose. That's what we wanted right there, Chaos. Of making this run actually pop. And that's our last item. We don't really need Guppy's Paw. So I think the other thing worth noting is maybe you just dice shard right now. No, we don't want a dice shard right there. We don't have the money, even if we get something we like. So the other thing we're going to do is place bombs like all around, because there could be a black market. And if we're gunning for like the world's weirdest win, that's probably pretty unlikely right now. Why not shoot for the moon, right? Even if we miss, we'll land amongst the stars. There could be a black market there, but the odds are fairly low. We kept the speed upgrade for survival purposes, and I think we're ready to go. This is really just about playing well at this point. And I didn't take number 1. I did think about it, but I think on a fight like this, I value being able to stay as far away as possible. And it really is going to be like a laborious hush fight. It should be, like, by design. So I am actually a genius and I didn't even know it. Sad bombs, booger tears, protects us from being hit on, like, one side of the hush completely. That's the stupidest great news I've ever had in my life. It's not the greatest news I've ever had, but it's the greatest news for which I've been excited that is the most minor thing ever. So, oh, you almost went right into that one, buddy. That seemed to do damage, weirdly enough. I think the next step is, you want to dump, like, as many shielded tiers around as possible. We're just trying to surround him so that effectively, like, he's completely neutered here. Probably goes without saying, but if I win on the Hush fight and lose on Delirium, I'm gonna be an extremely happy boy. Because we probably have no business winning on either. I think he's dead as soon as he pops up. So for all the money we spent here and all the points we lost by spending that money, we're going to get like 4,000 points just for finishing this. So we had to do it. Now, the final step of our idiotic master plan. Fight every boss who's not Delirium. And then, I mean, when it comes to Delirium, I don't know what you do. But I think we can be proud of today's daily regardless. Like, I wish that there was a way to, like, there was, not to cheese it, but I wish there was a way that was sensible to make it through the Delirium fight. We really, like, it has to be an I'm drowsy pill. That's what we need right now. And I think we would have seen one by now, probably. We've taken, like, 70 pills. But we can do everything else. That's probably not going to be Delirium coming off a tiny room like that, but we can't check yet. We could do the cheesy play, and I think if we do the cheesy play, we have a better chance. I'm not going to say, you know, it's the difference between front page and not front page, but we probably rank better. Perks does nothing, but there's no real reason not to hold it. And if you'll forgive me, I'm going to choose not to do too many rerolls with the dice shard, simply because I want to save it for item rooms wherever possible. And by item rooms, I mean, at this point, boss rooms, because... I mean, you can't really do that there, but... we'll save the battery charges, because then we can go back and use it on boss rooms that are right next to one another, but... I mean, what's our damage penalty going to be if we die? Like, under 1,000 for sure, because it's 0 right now. I think you take Rune Bag, and if it gives you alges, then, you know, you're living life, you're loving life. Everything related to your life, you're okay with. But I really mean this sincerely. I am 1,000,000% content on today's daily. We should not have been able to beat Hush, and really... Booger Tears saved the day. I do see that there's an item back there, or a rune back there, I should say. What kind of rune is it? It's a blank rune. Oh, you take that over perks. And then if we accidentally make it into the Delirium fight, then you got a way out, you know? Easy. You have to, not because of the guppy chance, but because of the respawn chance. There's a chance, because it'll respawn us with Holy Mantle, so this gets rerolled, and, you know, it's gonna get rerolled again, probably. This should not be Delirium. I'm happy it isn't, because it could have been, but it shouldn't be, just out of the goodness of their heart, right? Dice Shard blank rune. Okay, so now every other fight does have a chance to be Delirium. We should pick up every consumable on the way, because if we don't, well, you probably don't need me to tell you what happens. So the next step is getting, like, infinity charges, and hopefully finding, like, if we could go into the fight with a full blank card charge and double alges, that's the way we do it. 2 alges runes and a blank rune charge. Blank card charge. You know what I mean at this point. We're picking this stuff up because the extra damage probably won't make all the difference, but could make a lot of difference, and it's worth points regardless. So, what's this? It's just HP, so we reroll it. 99 bombs. It's very good. Instant point bonus. So we'll just continue our exploratory efforts here. And I think, you know, we've probably done, like, 100 dailies at this point, maybe more. Maybe closing in on that number, at least. This is definitely in, like, the top 5% of dailies that I'm proudest of. Yesterday's might be in there, too, so it's been a pretty nice, you know, run of form for us. Black Rune is weird. It's possibly my favorite rune in the game, even if it's largely due to novelty. You know, the fact that Yera and Perthro have been in the game for 100 years. I really like Black Rune. It's a little muted by the fact that we don't really have multi-item rooms that are showing up down here, and we also don't really need too much on the statistical side of things right now. What do we want? Like a speed upgrade? Tears upgrade, I guess, is the non-smart-ass answer. Not today. Although, wait a minute. We have sad bombs. We also have kidney stone. Yeah, so I don't know. This might have just ruined our run, or it might have taken it to the next level. But if you get Dr. Fetus sad bombs, I don't care if you're on a daily, a shmaley, a ukulele, a shillelagh, you take it. That's what you do. Kind of stinks with Jacob's Ladder, but then the sad bomb effect should work with Jacob's Ladder. Oh, bang, bang, Jacob's silver ladder comes down on his head. Do, 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 do. So I think we're still, like, completely fine, although I do think this is worse. We're just waiting on alges, and a Yera rune is good, because it means that if we get an alges, we've actually got 2 alges. It's hard to justify playing a Judgment right now, because our money is also our power, and we don't want HP, although we could use another, like a free item pedestal. We got hit. I don't know what we got hit by, but I don't like it. Range down. It's actually pretty bad. We did lose the effect of Booger Tears as well, which I didn't really consider, but is horrible. What, do you have Ouija board tears that I'm unaware of or something? Yara. All we need is one Algiz, man. Which is why we're still exploring that, and I'm, you know, deathly afraid of fighting, deathly afraid of fighting Delirium at this point. What do you think? There's like... I think it's least likely to be that room up there, like the little one. So I'm gonna go for that one first. Because we're still trying to crank out like random runes as well. Like, you got something for me? No? No, you do not. I'll call it. It was the wrong pickup to take Dr. Fetus. And you probably saw that coming a mile away, but... There's a couple of things we can do. Because we have Yaras, we can, you know, blank card Yara a bunch of consumables. We should just leave and re-enter for safety's sake. What is that? Why are my shots going strangely? We can blank card Yara like a room full of money or something like that. Fairly frequently, but... We could also blank card the blank rune over and over. I don't really want to do that. I want to beat Delirium and then take my win. My deserved win. Yeah, okay. I think we re-roll this. I don't think Little Horn does anything for us. So here's my new game plan. We've only got 2 bosses. Equal chance they're Delirium, in my opinion. I think we Yara our blank rune. Then, we take the blank rune times 2 plus a battery charge into our boss fights here. And we're just looking for Delirium. And by Delirium, I mean, we're looking for Algiz. So we start with Mask of Infamy. Don't pop anything here. If you need to reroll the item, just go back and take Dice Shard, because you know the next boss is Delirium. Yeah, like that should be Dice Sharded, because it's garbage. So, and you know, do we want to use Black Rune? We could, but I don't think it's the right play. I think the right play is what we're doing right now. Go back and grab Dice Shard, because we need a better class of item. We can't just rely on, I mean, that's not very good, to be honest. And it'll shoot a bomb occasionally, so I'm going to stay away. But, go back, get Blank Rune. We're going to fight Delirium. If we beat Delirium, we will rank in the top page. If we don't beat Delirium, I mean, it'll probably pretty negatively compromise this run, in terms of its score. But we got to try. You don't come to this point and then just quit. You got to try, so let's do it. Big problem right now. Got to get right next to the boss. Okay, I've also been hit already. It's an Algiz. So I'm trying not to pop runes until necessary, because we could respawn and then we want the runes. With Algiz, why are we staying so far away? Pop your next rune. Parithrow. Pop your next rune. I don't know what that last one is. Beams are a problem. If I hadn't taken the dumb damage... it sucks that it took me out, but look at that. 42nd. I am not displeased by that. And we came so close. If I just hadn't taken that stupid damage early and I've been a little bit more aggressive, I think we probably would have gotten the kill there. But for now, thanks for watching. I'm very proud of this one. If you enjoyed it, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time.